Hi, this is Elliot Fishman. Oops, let me just wait till Facebook Lives tell me I'm really live. I could be live, but who knows? I'm now live. Hi, this is Elliot Fishman. Today is December 23rd. I know all of you, hopefully, are getting ready for the end of the year. All of us are very busy. I'm sure you're no different than the rest of us. Excuse me. And it's been a long 2021, and this won't be the last time I'll speak to you this year, but do want to thank, first of all, everyone from CTisus, um, Lily and Sarah, for doing an amazing job on CTisus this year, despite everyone being remote for the most part, or those guys being remote. Now they're back occasionally. They have not lost a step, and in fact, if things in fact are better than ever. I think they're just doing an amazing job. So I hope everybody out there does appreciate that, and I know you do appreciate that because I can tell by the numbers of what we see on CTisus. I'll speak about this probably next time or in early 22. A lot of new things are coming along, both in the App Store, both on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, every place we do things, Twitter, we're doing more and better. So I think that part is indeed very exciting for us. So I think we're all pleased with that. I think that 2021 has been a challenging year for everybody. If you can remember back to last year, I know it's hard to remember because it's been a very long year. We were in December at the end of the year. Everybody was kind of in shock over what has happened, and we were hoping that a vaccine would be coming in 2021. And you remember at the beginning of the year, the vaccine came along. First it wasn't available, then it became available. Everyone was very excited, and all of us and most of you have gotten vaccinated, so that was a great thing. Unfortunately, when the vaccine came along, people were going to say it was like a polio vaccine or a smallpox vaccine or a rubella vaccine, that you got the vaccine and you went back to normal. Unfortunately, we learned that the vaccine helped prevent disease, it didn't eliminate disease. Many people, like your kids, were not vaccinated, so you couldn't really do everything you wanted to do, and you couldn't do a whole lot. Certain times of the year, it looked like things were going and getting better and better and better, and then you wait a few weeks and things got worse and worse and worse. And now with this latest variant, the numbers are just incredible. Stores in Baltimore, for example, are closing because there's no workers. It's very contagious. Now, I will say that in my mind, it's kind of a funny thing to think about, but 30% of the people don't want to get vaccinated. The only way you're going to get rid of this pandemic is really you need a strain of COVID that's easily catchable, but does not make people really sick. Now, this new variant looks like it's very catchable. You can see um, even in the hospital, many more technologists, doctors, everyone's getting it, and you hear about that, everyone you speak to. But the good news is people aren't very sick. Now, of course, it's not good, especially if you don't have a vaccine. So if you don't have a vaccine, get the vaccine. You need to have the 3 doses, not the 2 doses. In fact, Israel today is giving a 4th dose for people over 60 and immunosuppressed patients. I'm not sure that's necessary. That's not my field of expertise. But the point is, you need your 3 doses. It's easy to get it. Also, be careful. If you have kids above 5, they can get vaccinated. And my grandson above 5 has. But if you're beneath 5, you can't. And so under 5, you're still in that same boat. Fortunately, it's a bit less risky for kids, but it's still risky. So again, many people are traveling this year. If you're traveling, be careful. I am not traveling. My family's going to come visit us here. But again, it's not the same. We would love to be in the Cayman Islands or someplace warm or someplace all together. So we'll be together, most of us. And, it's just one of those things. I think hopefully when we speak to you in December 2022, we'll be saying, oh man, I got to go catch a plane. So I have to make this talk quick. That's not happening this year. I do want to say that again, we are working really hard on things like AI. We've been working with Microsoft. That's going to be very exciting in the coming years, and I'll tell you about that. Some incredible work with the team at Microsoft in California, in Seattle. That's going to be incredible. We've been working with Lustgarten on AI for pancreas. That's going well as well. So we're doing a lot of things there. We're doing a lot of things with 3D imaging and cinematic rendering. We're growing a beard, and the beard's going to be here, I guess, till I stop wearing a mask, perhaps, or maybe beyond that. Um, we're very excited. I think radiology has a wonderful future. Radiology has played a major role in helping patients during COVID. That will continue post-COVID. I think there's new scanners. You're talking about the new Siemens scanner. It's very expensive, so not many of you, including ourselves, are going to have it. But there's a lot of good scanners at lower prices. There's just a lot of good technology. We're learning a lot about CT and MR and ultrasound, and we're doing things better than ever. Um, Challenges, of course, are faculty. I think whether you're in private practice or academics, everybody is short-staffed. We're doing things like hiring people remotely. Everybody's doing that. So you could be anywhere and work at Hopkins or NYU or Cornell or Columbia or Maryland or any place in between. So a lot's changing in the radiology market. The size of the companies is changing. I remember when Hyman Copeland Shackman in Baltimore in the 80s was the big dog, the big group. They had 12 or 14 people. Oh my God, it's a super group. Well, now the super groups, Rad Partners out of California, is almost 3,000 radiologists. RadNet's over 1,000. There are many other groups that are in the high 500 to 1,000 numbers in Vision. So there's a lot of big groups. Radiology is changing, and it may end up being that you may end up with just super groups at the end of the day. I don't know. It will change radiology. It's really going to change how meetings are done. RSNA this year survived. It wasn't a great meeting. It was as great as it could possibly be. Things like CES was supposed to be in the main meeting of computer electronics. Whitney always reports from there. That's going to be remote again because you just can't get together. Las Vegas or no Las Vegas, no matter what people want, you're not getting together. That's just the way it is. I don't know what's going to happen with meetings, GI Society, Rank and Ray. What's going to happen in the first half of this year? I don't know. Last year was the first year I didn't run a course. I did one remotely. This year we're not going to do the remote course. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen when courses come back. When will they come back? I think it's a big challenge. No one is willing to invest in a course and then find out it needs to be canceled because you lose a lot of money. And are people comfortable going to courses? I attended a couple of courses. I was in Orlando a few weeks ago. It wasn't quite the attendance, but it was a good course. It was a great course, actually. It was great speaking with people and speaking to people and seeing people, and we all miss that. So perhaps when things clear up, everyone's going to want to go to meetings just because we want to get back to normal. But there is a new normal. There's no doubt, and I hate the word new normal, but it's just simply we're adjusting. And where things will change after, I don't know. People have now, Hopkins just announced that people will be working from home to June, July. The same as with Apple and Pixar and NVIDIA and Google and every big company, Salesforce and Oracle. People will then have worked home for 2.5 years. Many people will only know working from home. Will people come back? Will it be a hybrid? How's it going to be? I mean, hybrid works. You can read films from anywhere, but it's really seeing people and going over cases and doing all the things we do in academics that really makes it fun and makes it exciting. But times change, and I think there is going to be adjustments, and we'll have to see. I think it's going to really play out as things get better. When are we going to stop wearing a mask? When are we going to be able to go back to the semblance of normal? That's a good question. It's interesting. It's kind of a risk factor. It's how much you are afraid. 90%, the airlines are flying at 90% of where they were pre-COVID. That's not so bad when you consider, and people are traveling, people are doing things, people are fed up. I think, you have the 3 vaccines, and you're very careful. There's a new Pfizer pill that, God forbid, you get sick. You can take the pill, and that will 90% prevent any problems. Also, you look at the numbers, as long as you're vaccinated, if you get COVID, it's not going to be a big deal. Ideally, you don't want to get COVID, but if you do get it, you should be okay. So, I mean, it's been a crazy year. I think there's no doubt about it. Everybody has had challenges. I think we look and going forward to things getting better and hopefully things stabilizing. I think it's going to be a rough few months. I think particularly with a lot of people traveling Christmas time, it's going to be a challenge getting back. A lot of positive tests in January. There's no doubt about it. Hopefully, there's some reports out of South Africa today that they peaked with the newest variant, and then it's come down. So hopefully, the U.S. will look very similar. That we can get down to get back to a little bit of a normal level. But I think there's no magic. The numbers are clear that things are going to get worse before they get better. So I do recommend everyone be careful. I do recommend that we just hang in there. And then I see hi from John and Body CT. John's in today. And from Monteverdi, wishing us a happy holiday and wishing him and everyone else a happy holiday. So whether you're celebrating Christmas or New Year's, one of them or both of them. Also, today's another holiday. It's the Festivus. Now, you may say, what the heck is Festivus? Well, if you read beneath me on CTisus, when I finish this talk, you can read about Festivus. It was a holiday from the Costanza family. Those of you who don't know the Costanza family, that was in Steinfeld. It's kind of funny and it's kind of silly. It's a Festivus for the rest of us. Anyway, I probably will ruin it if I tell you any more. So go watch it yourself. There's a link there where they explain it, and if not, just go to Steinfeld. You can anywhere on YouTube you can find the Festivus for the rest of us. So with that, I wish you a happy Festivus, a happy Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, a happy New Year, and happy and healthy New Year, and we'll see you next week. And Lily just posted the story of Festivus. It is good for a chuckle. I promise you, it's good for a chuckle. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.